Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, even extraterrestrial life tuning in from another planet, Black Ops 6 is almost on our doorsteps, or perhaps even more so unlocked within your game library. But before we step into the world of this year's Call of Duty installment, there's plenty to talk about. So let's take a look. Firstly, for those who want to be dropping into the game first, then prepare your platform and your hard drives for Call of Duty Black Ops 6's preload, where accessible, which was on October 20th and 21st. For those who haven't or have yet to get started with that, with the worldwide launch of the game on October 25th. And you can see a list of dates, times, and more on your screen now. Now, before we ultimately get started, for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, you'll be also be given the option to download Call of Duty Black Ops 6 at no extra cost for the launch on Friday, and furthermore you can also play Call of Duty via the cloud anytime and any place with an internet connection through xCloud, and that includes Amazon Fire TVs, smart TVs, mobile phones, and more. And as part of the release of Black Ops 6, a full overhaul of the COD HQ will be taking place, which will arrive before the game's release this Friday. But what can we expect for the launch on content, day one juiciness? Well, starting with the basics. It's campaign, which is your single player, your zombies cooperative third game mode experience, and then multiplayer, that mode where you shoot other people. And they are the three main accessible modes at launch for Black Ops 6. But for now, we're talking about multiplayer. I'll touch on some of zombies with another video in the coming days, but keep an eye out for that. Starting with maps. At launch, there is plentiful of list of maps, and those being Babylon, Derelict, Lowtown, Payback, Protocol, Red Card, Rewind, Scud, Skyline, Subsonic, Vault, and Vorkuta, which will be your standard 6v6 maps and allow you to play your regular everyday modes and so on. And if you've played the beta, you may recognise already Babylon, Derelict, Scud, Skyline, and Rewind. And across these maps, and if you did play the beta, let me know which of those maps you enjoyed the most, and if or what you'll be looking forward to when the game launches on Friday. Though these maps are a full current list of all at launch, as we do also have your strike maps, much smaller maps than your standard maps, and more centered around the gunfight and 2v2 modes, but will also support 6v6 style play, which will be part of face-off game modes, and we'll take a look and learn about that, and more modes coming in just a second here. But these maps are Gala, Pit, Stakeout, and Warhead, originally named Sandhouse, which looks like a destroyed version of Nuketown, and the only map we didn't get to play during the beta. You might now remember Stakeout, and not to worry, this map was introduced very late during the end of Weekend 2, so likely giving anyone still only playing just 2 days within that map itself. And keep an eye out for launch some very minor changes to these maps. Since the beta, nothing too drastic, just to support some quality of life changes and support the different types of play styles within the game, especially now with the introduction of Omni movement. And you can just pick out here in Skyline the steps closest to the pool on the hot tub area, likely to support the capture of B a little more easier next to that kitchen window, providing you more cover there. Though don't think, Nuketown players, it's not coming. As it is coming, just not at launch. So keep an eye out, perhaps in November or later, for the release of Nuketown. Now, moving into modes, we've got Team Deathmatch, Domination, Search and Destroy, Kill Confirmed, 3 for All, Hardpoint, Gunfight, Headquarters, Kill Order, and Control, with the alternate modes of Face-Off, which are Team Deathmatch, Domination, Kill Confirmed, and Kill Order, which will allow you to play those 6v6 versions of those strike maps. And yes, I'm sure many of you will be pleased to hear that Hardcore will be introduced and included at launch of Black Ops 6. So no waiting around for updates and being added into Season 1. Hardcore will be here at launch and will support the modes of Team Deathmatch, Kill Order, Domination, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Kill Confirmed, 3 for All, and Face-Off Mosh Pits. So no Control or Headquarters and Gunfight currently with hardcore modes to keep in mind there. So more features that you'll see at the launch will be the introduction of a training course. The map taking place in Protocol, which we also saw during the beta, so essentially allowing you to play and practice to get used to the new movement system and go around with and just shoot targets and get some practice in. But no bots available in this one currently, but that might be something that we can see later, and if you have to just jump into a private match, enable them if you wish to do so. And then there's the firing range making a return here for the 3rd year straight in a row with a few improvements. The firing range returns a familiar location to test your equipped loadout weapons is available, and this comes with a few additions to help you continuously adjust your weapon build until you're happy with it. So you can expect to utilize the following practice dummies to shoot at 10, 25 and 50 meter intervals. Dummies have 0, 1, 2 or 3 armor plates added to them, and you have limitless ammunition. The upper left corner features a target elimination tracker, an accuracy tracker and a damage tracker. A toggle feature also allows you to optimally activate a moving target dummy or a recoil metal plate. A toggle feature moving target dummy drops down from the ceiling on a conveyor belt and automatically moves back and forth through the range as you connect with it using your weapon. And once you hit it at maximum range, it moves back to its initial position and the process can be repeated. The toggle feature recoil target is a metal plate that hangs from the ceiling around 7 meters from your booth, allowing you to fire your weapon and view the bullet spread. Moving on to Theater. Theater makes a return into Call of Duty series, but with a small caveat, as you'll only be able to access it on PC, Xbox Series S and X and PlayStation 5. So no support for previous generations, and just in case you did miss it, it stands as it will only be available to multiplayer players only, with no support for zombies there, sadly. And anything you can expect here is the first person, third person, your free camera, and all the previous types of available options such as your pause, your rewind, your fast forward, your full playback speed, controls, and so on. You can also press record on your Xbox and PlayStation whilst in this mode, though one thing that they noted was that all files in the theater will expire after 7 days, or when a game update is released. Very interesting here, as perhaps to save on server space, clogging up any files that are left redundant, as you can still go all the way back to the original files of Black Ops and the first introduction of Theater and play and still scrub through videos that are now 13 plus years old. Wow. And the Call of Duty saying here, private matches, if you're wanting to bring friends over for a game on the launch, maps and modes with comprehensive menus allowing you to adjust every aspect of the mode's gameplay. Select private matches. This is also an excellent method of observing and exploring any maps that you need a closer inspection of. Yes, that's what I always do in Call of Duty at release. However, I've not done it for a few years. Let me know if you're one of those players that chucks yourself into a private match and explores the maps before jumping into multiplayer. But moving on to operators then, with just 2 factors of the Rogue, Black Ops and Crimson 1. So within your RBO, you can expect to see Adler, Park, Woods, Nazir, West Point, Bayan, Alaveras, Payne, Marshall, Weaver and Maya, with Adler and Park being locked behind the Vault Edition and Weaver and Maya being your Zombie Resort operators there, although would seem still be playable in multiplayer modes too. And in the Crimson, one consists of your Brutus, your Klaus, Rossi, them via their bio, Kane, Niran, Toro, Bailey, Stone, Carver and Gray. So again, Brutus and Klaus also being part of that Vault Edition lock there, and Carver and Gray being those zombies operators and dedicated crew too. Though as it stands, there's just no space skins for the locked Vault Edition operators, which is very sad to see. Though for the most part of these operators, you can simply unlock them as you progress through the ranks from level 7 straight to level 40. So some final things before we end here are just some extra details coming for the launch and more. The Black Ops 6 Monster Energy Drink promotional operators and skins and blueprints are seen on screen there. You can now get and pre-order a new Black Ops 6 Xbox products, which includes the Xbox Series X wrap and custom controllers, including the Elite Series 2 controller. Very nice indeed. And then a Black Ops 6 Control Freak promo and rewards for your thumbsticks. As seen via DK Dynamite, some very cool looking Corsair and Elgato packages, from a keyboard, a mouse, a Wave microphone, and even the Wave arm, which is especially cool. Plus so much more from being so close to launch, so much and difficult to cram into one video, and even more so for Zombies, as we've seen a blog post showcasing the new look of Liberty Falls Gobblegum and even Augments, and diving into that a little bit deeper with over 100 variations, changing the way we play Zombies for good, and standard camos, and so much more. So stick around for those videos, and as they're very much on their way. From Black Ops 6 and Call of Duty saying the unredacted launch comms are incoming, so expect further critical intel to be unredacted in the coming days as we confirm additional launch content across multiplayer, Zombies, and more. So launch comms from blog 1 being multiplayer, launch comms blog 2 is Zombies, launch comms 3 is weapons, 4 is gear up, and 5 is progression. So stick around for those. Though for now, my name is Cryptic. That is all for the Black Ops 6 launch at the moment in time, as from what we know and what we can expect. So until next time, be sure to stay frosty. Remember the truth lies, and as always, thank you and goodbye for now.